passing to me. Okay, great. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to come out. Where do I start? I start with just acknowledging the ancestors of everyone on this call, knowing that if you were in human skin, then you have had a Holocaust of some sort in your legacy. And those ancestors made it through, and that's why we're here. When the vote came through, one of my first thoughts, one of the first ancestors that came to me was Harriet Tubman. And I thought about her resilience in the midst of unimaginable triumph, unimaginable trauma, unimaginable violence, unimaginable barbarism. And just sit with that for just a second. And if there's a freedom fighter or someone who transcended the current circumstances and they come to mind, I want to take a moment just to call them into the circle. Because even though there are a few of us on the call, the ancestors also show up when we're in need of remembering our resilience. So if you could just unmute and just call those names in, someone that don't necessarily need to be related to you. We want to speak that name. If you're able to speak it, acknowledge these ancestors that have shown up. It could be your parents. It could be an aunt. It could be a sibling, a friend. It doesn't have to be blood related. Just someone who can activate that spark within you to know that you can triumph above any and all circumstances that are not seemingly in your best interest.
Harriet Jacobs.
Marie Wall.
Yes, just keep it coming. Here we go. Let's call them in. Shay.
Harriet Tubman.
Michaela.
Patricia
Yes.
Lockett.
Yes, Shay. Shay.
Ida Mae Ruffin.
Shay.
Subcomandante Romana.
Shay. Aho. Here we
Larry
got
Aaron.
Brooks. Larry Aaron, Ashe.
And at the lunch counters at age 14 during integration in Dothan, Alabama, EYA.
Ashe. We got Tete Abla, Rebecca and Bo, Nat Turner, Asante Wata, Aide Santa Maria, Cuban revolutionary. Okay, I think there's a couple more that want to come through. Remember, it could, there we go, call them in. I'm sorry, go ahead, call in.
Anna Cisnet.
Anna Cisnet. Welcome. And so there's still some that want to come through, and that's okay if you think about them, call their name into the chat. So we welcome these, there we go, Diane Black, Frank Valles Bernard, Michael Black. I'm going to call in Nellie Hollins, Willie Hollins, Big Mama Hollins, Big Daddy Hollins, Dadisi Sanyika.
Aviana Austin.
Aviana. Shay,
Grandma Rose and Gladys Marie Hale.
Centauri
Shay,
Daniels.
Shay. Bert and Mary. So I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get a little warm. You know, when the ancestors show up, if we were able to call them in that quick, that means that they're available to help us out and to remember who we are. We've forgotten who we were. We've forgotten that we ascend far beyond this mortal coil. We have forgotten how to heal ourselves. We've forgotten how to grow new limbs. We've forgotten how to fly. We've forgotten how to dream, how to vision, how to create, how to implement a new future. What better heat to put under our asses to get going, right? Bring it on. Bring it on. Because I get to ascend into all that I came to be. I'm not going to be comfortable with the other choice. I'm not going to sit back with the other choice and not step into my greatness now because I have opposition. That has given me an invitation to step into my greatness. Remember how to plant, to remember how to farm, to remember, mute please, to remember how to grow food, to remember how to heal myself, to remember how to create intentional community, to remember how to purchase land, to remember how to steward land, to remember how to go above and beyond my own sense of separation. Now I've got to love that neighbor. Now I've got to learn how to get seed in the soil. Now I've got to learn how to build a tiny house. Now I've got to learn how to possibly live in a piece of the world that I didn't think I would ever be in. This is an opportunity to expand. When I think about Harriet, there's an image that comes to mind when she was running in the Underground Railroad, barefoot, glass in her feet, blood running down her legs because it was her moon time. But what stayed and what was the most important thing is she kept her vision. She wasn't thrown off by being Black or by being a woman or by being a runaway revolutionary angel, if you will. She stayed the course. Our ancestors had it a lot worse than we do, a lot worse. And I'm referring to Harriet because just in those days, Black just out in public was an opportunity to be hunted. But we forgot where we came from. We forgot the shoulders that we stood on. We forgot that this person, this entity in office does not dictate our future. They don't dictate our future. And so where in us is there space where we've not expanded to realize that we still have the capacity to be free? We still have the capacity to be sovereign. We still have the capacity to deepen our connection with Earth, to heal those inner wounds inside that keep us separate from one another. If you notice, there's multiplicity of expressions of humanity on this call. We're all in different bodies, and we're all here together. That in and of itself is evolutionary. Had the other person won, we would not be on this call together. And I'm in the South right now. I'm in the middle of initiations. This couldn't have come at a better time. Bring it on. Because I'm just going to get wider. I'm going to get taller. I'm going to go deeper into the earth. There's nothing that person can decide that is going to make me not live in my fullest potential. Adversarial energy is the fire that comes underneath the mediocrity that we refuse to compost. There are too many children, too many elders, too many animals, too many plant cesters that we have the opportunity to grow for. We have the opportunity to alchemize the places that keep us small, that keep us in fear, that keep us in doubt, that keep us in wondering, that keep us in, putting our future in someone else's hands. We forgot how big the ocean was. We forgot how magnificent the sun was. We forgot how magnificent the moon was. We forgot how magnificent the tallest or the shortest tree is. We forgot how deep the earth is. And there is no two-legged that can trump that. That can trump that. Because what I look at, I look with. What I look at, I look with. What we look at, we look with. What we look at, we are. What am I looking at? Because what I look at, I look with. What is has my vision narrowed? Because this decision was made. I'm going to step outside of that. This morning, when the final decision came down, I was like in the South, hallelujah, bring it on. That means I get to grow. I get to vision. I get to create. I get to expand. We get to expand. Opportunity, new portal is open. Fire is turned up. I'm lit. Burning away anything and everything that would get in the way of my expansion. Bring it on. Bring it on. How dare you bring it on? Because we're just going to get better. There's a saying that says they didn't expect us to grow, but they didn't know that we had seeds. It goes something like that. The adversity that humanity has experienced, and we're still here. From a metaphysical perspective, that means we signed up for this time. We signed up to be here. Oh, look at the world, it's going to hell in a handbasket. Well, I signed up to be here. That means that I have something, a vision that is yet to come forth to create the peace and the harmony and the homeostasis that I want. Bring it on. Turn the fire up, baby. Turn it all the way up. I'm ready for you. Collective cooperation. We are in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of the water bear, which is the age of the rise of the feminine energy on the planet, which is the age of I know. It's not the age of I hope. It's not the age of I think. It is the age of I know. We are moving from what better decision to make to get me out of 3D? Oh, I'm out. I think I ascended and did a quantum leap into 4D today. You don't get my tears. My ancestors gave you enough. You don't get my blood. You don't get my sadness. You don't get my depression. I'm not going to get back on the ship for you. I've been free for too long. Now I know. We are remembering who we are, but more so what we are. What we are. I am that I am. We are that we are. We are the blended colors of life, which light the bridge into the new age. We are the seed, the plant, and the flower. We are the anointed of the earth. We are that we are. We are the blended colors of life, which light the bridge into the new age. We are the past, the present, and the future. We are the anointed of the cosmos. We are that we are. Now, where do you go forward from that? That is an activation. 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 Avatar, rise. Activation. Avatar, rise. Damn, rise. Where do we come from? Where do you come from? Think about the things that you have already risen from in your life. We can list them: addiction, domestic violence, rape, molestation, and it could go on and on and on. Addiction. We have risen and we will continue to rise. And this decision just turned the fire up. Thank you. Thank you. Because my life is not in your hands. It never was, it never will be. My ancestors' lives were not in the hands of those that held them captive. Quote, Nelson Mandela, after 27 years, and some of you probably can finish the sentence, how did it feel to be captive, to have your freedom taken away? He said, I've always been free. You can't take our freedom. You can't take our vision. You can't take our knowing. The age of the Aquarius is the age of I know. The more you know and you can see it and visualize it, then it becomes, because the world is spiraling a lot quicker now. Whatever you put out there, you're going to get it back. Some of you can already attest to that. Whether it's a new home, whether it's health, whether it's partnership, whether it's whatever, it comes quicker now. And what you put out that may bring you down also comes quicker. I am the blended color of life, which light the bridge into the new age. I am the seed, the plant, and the flower. I am the anointed of earth. I am that I am. I am the blended colors of life, which light the bridge into the new age. I am the past, the present, and the future. I am the anointed of the cosmos. I am that I am. And I walk forward from that knowing, even if I don't believe it. I repeat that every day, until my mediocrity catches up to it, until I can rise above my trauma and it catches up to it, until I take the collective compost, the collective trauma that I have collected over generations, and compost it into what I want. But if I want to hold on to that, I'm going to be in fear. I can't even imagine what Harriet must have been feeling when you're running through apparently nowhere into an abyss, not knowing what's going to be the next step. Whether it would be food, whether you get attacked by an animal, whether you get attacked by a two-legged, whether you get, mauled, you don't know. But it's the level of, I won't even call it faith, it's a level of knowing that I'm going to get to the other side. It's not an option not to get to the other side. Too many people are depending on me to get to the other side. Who is depending on us to get to the other side? She said, I would have freed more if they had only known they were slaves. So bring it on. Bring it on. Still we rise. Still we rise. Still we rise. One more thing to rise above. But because I am that I am the ocean, I am the sun, I am the moon, I am the cosmos, I am the core of the earth, I am the galaxies, I am the air, I am the fire that sits in the belly of the earth. From that place, I will create. From that place, feel right now about the places. If you have a piece of paper, just start channeling the shit, literally, because shit is fertile. It will grow something. So let's write it down. Just start channeling it, what you want to let go of, what you're going to let go of, what you know you need to let go of to make space for the avatar to expand. Not going to make it in 3D. Not going to make it. We have an opportunity. This is an opportunity. A new portal has opened up. Tears were shed. Folks went into depression, sadness, all that happened. Now we have this plethora of emotion, and we get to change and create something new. Some people felt for the first time today. Some people cried for the first time in a long time today. That's an opening. These are portals. We have to recognize them as portals. Okay, we've wiped the tears, now what? What's the next step? Now we're open. We've cleared, because tears are clearing away what we don't need, clearing away. Composting, 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 composting. Now what? So after we write the list of stuff that we're composting, then we're gonna go over here and write a list. We're gonna take all that stuff and put it on the seeds. What are the seeds that we're planting? What is the vision? How long have you been have you wanted to go to live somewhere else abroad, but you were just afraid, mom's here, dad here, go. Just get up and go. Get up and go. Do what you need to do, because there's a part of the geography that might be calling you to further your vision. And there may be some people that just need to be shuffled away. Some things, some jobs, some partnerships, some behaviors. This is an opportunity to make space for the avatar. If you haven't seen Airbender, Earthbender, Firebender, Waterbender, watch those. That's who we are. That's who we are. And so when there's nowhere else to go, there's always an opportunity to go in and take some moments of silence. If somebody goes, oh my God, he's in the office. No, not going in the muck. I'll go there with you for maybe a minute, but then I'm going to get out real quick. Because that's going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. Would you get in a boat with a hole in it? No. I love you, beloved. I'm going to light a candle for you. I can't have this conversation right now. I'm working on something. We're elevating. We're elevating. We're elevating. Or I'm birthing my avatar and I can't have this conversation right now. It is a call to action, but the action is internal. Freedom is from the inside out. It is not from the external. Again, repetition and reiteration out of the mouth of Nelson Mandela, who was locked up for 27 years, a 2 and a 7 is a 9, which completion on the spiritual plane. He said, I have always been free. So take the shackles off, whatever shackles that you have on, and most of the shackles are up here, that this person actually has dominion over me, over how I'm going to move forward in the world? No. And there are pockets of people around the globe that are having the same conversation. What is our next move? Do we know how to live with the earth? Do we know about survival tactics? Do we know how to tell one plant from the other? Do we know how to do herb identification? Do we know how to build a shelter out of nothing, seemingly nothing? Do we understand how to live in tandem with the different seasons on the planet? If we did have to go to a cold climate, would we know that hypothermia is the #1 cause of death for folks that get lost in the forest? Start expanding. Expand. And one thing that's really coming to mind one thing that's really coming to mind is to, can we mute that person? To get into Tai Chi, something like that, because that slows that monkey mind down. I'm not your monkey, okay? I'm not going to be your monkey. I'm going to slow this thing down, and I'm going to learn and start to remember that I am the blended colors of life, which light the bridge into the new age. I am the seed, the plant, and the flower, I am anointed of earth. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am the seed, I am the plant and the flower, I am the past, I am the present, I am the future. And I'm going to go a step further to say I am the immortal. In this moment, I am connecting with my immortality. And you cannot touch that. And for those that may not be able to grasp that here, your soul is on fire hearing it. Yes, I dare to say that. I dare to reincarnate a consciousness of mediocrity in this body. Because that's what it's going to take to shuffle off the fear, to shuffle off the doubt, to shuffle off the depression, to shuffle off the worry, so that I can bring the avatar out. So this is where I sit in this knowing. I have to maintain that frequency because there are children depending on it. There are elders depending on it. There are loved ones depending on it. And most importantly, I am depending on it. So today, you know, I wore this is kind of like my little warrior shirt. And I had some good coffee this morning. And I connected with nature this morning. I wish there was daylight. I would show you where I am in the backwoods of Mississippi with the trees that are reminding me that it's okay. We have stood here for over 200 years through all of this human BS, and yet we still rise. So like the tree, we rise. Like the sun, we rise. Sun did come up this morning in spite of. So there is always a greater power working on our behalf, on behalf of homeostasis, on behalf of harmony, on behalf of love, on behalf of unity, on behalf of freedom, always. So when I look up at the pines, I'm like, everything is going to be okay right now. And I forgot for a moment that I am that I am. And so when you go out for the day, you go to the office, you go to school, and you hear all these stories. You hear the sadness, you feel the depression. In your mind, become the avatar. And in your mind, you are creating a new frequency all around you. And watch the energy shift. And if there's someone that you're talking to and they're really down, I love you so much, beloved. I need you. I need you. That's going to snap them right out of that. I need you right now. Just bring them back in. Bring them back. And so those are the messages that came forth today. I love a good challenge. And this is a global challenge. It's not just my own personal. It's a global call for us to wake up on a global level. So anywhere we're coveting anything that looks like separation, whether it's homophobia, racism, whatever it is, where we're coveting that, let's push that to the side and connect with people from that place of I am that I am. See the good. There is a lot of good still left in us. There's a lot of good in humanity. Sometimes it's hard to see, but it is there. And it's easy to activate it. And so from this place, you can decide if you want to work with all the elements. Some of us were born with a certain element. I'm earth. Some of us may have fire in our chart, a zodiacal chart, born with water, born with air. Start working that medicine. Work the medicine. And when you go places and you feel the energy, the frequency, so I'm in the South. So people were celebrating. And I was smiling too. I'm like, yep, I'm right there with you. But I'm seeing things from a different perspective. Some will wake up. Yes, me too. Some will wake up. Some will lay down. There's always going to be those that lay down and feel like, oh, this is just bullshit. You know, there's some real things. Whatever is real. What is the real? Is it REEL that you're talking about, or is it REAL? What is your reality? Or is it the real that our ancestors have been recapitulating over and over and over again? Watch the Airbender series. Clench on to who you are, water, air, earth, fire, and start working with that medicine. If your water, every cup of water you drink, imbue your energy into it. Every bath you run and you saturate in that water, imbue the energy. And that means to call for, speak into the conduit of water to help you shift and align your 90% of your water with the frequency that allows you to step into your avatar. Every shower you take, shower down on me and rinse away anything that would keep me playing small and dependent and shackling myself. You know how many people shackled themselves today? Not required. It's not required. And in that knowing, I found that in the deep South, I walked around all these Trump hats all over the place, Trump flags. I wasn't angry. I'm like, they're celebrating. They're happy. They're happy. What is your plan? To be mad and angry and depressed and sad and because they're happy? No, I'm going to make a different choice. I'm going to be happy too, but I'm happy for a different reason. Happy for a different reason. I don't need a leader. In this moment, in the age of Aquarius, the age of the water bear, the age of the rise of the feminine, the age of I know. So if I know, then I create from that place of knowing, and the universe can meet me right where I am. So I was actually able to look at these people and feel joy for their joy. That's their real, their REEL, that's their reality, not mine. I'm like, okay, where's my buck knife? You know, I'm out here in the South. Let me get it out and cut some energy. Let me cut this energy up. Because I'm going through they just went through they went through a portal. I didn't go through that portal. I'm going through another portal. I'm just hella excited about it. Hella excited. So because I'm Earth, I get to work with Earth. I worked with the trees today. And they were talking and saying, we've been here for 200 years. We've watched Jim Crow, Willie Lynch, because we're in the Deep South. We've seen everything. Our roots if you were able to see the videotape of our roots, you would be able to go through the whole Middle Passage and all through Jim Crow and Willie Lynch. You'd be able to see all that. And still we stand. That was the most powerful message I got today. It's not optional not to go to the elements, to the earth. It is not an option. We can't do it without the earth. We cannot do it without the earth. And spirit, then the spirit that created the earth. However you see that as your what you connect to in spirit. But nature is so powerful. If you're water, go get in the ocean, beloved. Just dunk so that you can wake up. If you're fire, I'm not going to say walk on coals. I mean, you could if you really want to wake up. And you could actually do it without a scar on your feet at all. But just start lighting candles. You just can't get enough candles. Get a little fire pit, buy one. If you're air, get as high up on the mountain as you can where the air is pristine, so you can talk to the clouds, so you can connect with that which you are. And if you're as we said, fire, earth, air, water. We talked about water. Talked about water. And we can all connect with water in different ways. So this is an opportunity to step into the avatar or wait to see what decision they make. Because it will affect you. It will affect you in a big way. And it's not to say it's not going to have an impact on the collective, but it'll have a different impact. It'll have a different impact. You're not going to just experience the same thing that people that are on the REEL not going to experience the same thing. And so I'm fired up. I'm not fire on earth, but I'm fired up. I'm fired up. And I'm going to sleep well tonight. And I'm going to get up in the morning and have another good cup of coffee and talk to the trees. Because they're giving me direction. They're giving me a sense of knowing. The message that I got was learn how, get a survival class and learn how to reconnect with the earth. This is not out of fear. I really want to preface that it has nothing to do with fear. It has everything to do with the fire's turned up so high that now I can either burn up in sadness and depression, or I can take off. I can let that fire alchemize my consciousness so that I can step into my avatar knowing. And I'm really excited. I haven't been this excited in a long time. Fired up. So that is the message tonight. It's about sovereignty. It's about ascension. If you don't understand when I say the words 3D, 4D, 5D, just look it up. It's all over Google. Google will share a little bit of information with you about what that means. But basically, is stepping into, we have so many bodies. You have the physical body, etheric body, astral body, causal body, light body, so many light bodies. We're stepping into that light body because the sun is emitting so much photonic light, and that photonic light connects with our DNA, and it helps us to access that DNA that they said was dead DNA, junk DNA, but it is not. It is activating, and we have the opportunity to bend it and open it and have access to the capacity to extend our capacity, our clairaudience, our clairvoyant, which means we hear what's not being spoken. We can see what is unseen. We can feel and touch, and we have a sense of prophecy. And so get quiet, get still, and just listen. Pull your element or pull all four of the elements in and listen. Work with that particular element. You don't have to be a shaman. You don't have to be a priest. You don't have to be a priestess. You don't have to be, anointed in that way. You are anointed by virtue of your humanity and by virtue of your I am presence. That doesn't mean you can't go to, a school or an organization, a group, community that practices, but you don't have time for that right now. You got to activate yourself, and you can. If you sit with the elements on a routine basis, just say sit maybe 15 minutes a day, touch the earth, touch the earth. So that is the channel that is coming through. Look beyond the skin, they're saying. Don't get caught up. Get off the racism train. Get off all the trains. Operate from the I am present. The I am presence knows nothing but alignment. Sometimes we get caught up. We get too caught up. That creates a sense of separation. DNA is not chopped in half. Everything in the body works together in harmony. The DNA doesn't say, well, I'm not going to produce today because I'm pissed off at the spleen. The only time it's out of harmony is when we don't take care of it. Or we allow generational trauma to come in because we say, well, my mama had it, my daddy had it. No, no, no. We don't have time for that. We're calling forth light because I am that I am. I am the blended colors of light, which light the bridge into the new age. I am immortal in this moment. I'm reincarnating the thoughts that would keep me playing small right now as I listen to this message that is not coming from Queen. It is coming from those that sent it. And it is talking to those that have it. Just step outside of your identity for a minute. For me, it would be Black, lesbian, female, bulldagger. I'm going to step out of that for a minute. I'm going to put my avatar suit on. And I'm going to operate from that place. Otherwise, I'm heavy. I'm weighed down if I have to keep up this identity. And I'm not saying don't have the identity, but step out of it when you need to get in the avatar. Because that identity holds different frequencies of memories and traumas. I need to step in the avatar. So, Superman, Superman puts that little suit on and just does all these different things. That is us. All the sci-fi stuff is real. Hello. It's real. And we have to wake up. This is a meat suit. This is the suit I came in. But there's something in here that is greater than this finite capacity. This is a mortal coil. This will all fall into compost. What's inside of it? What's that spark? I want to connect with the spark. So with that said, everything's winding down now. It's like in my mind, what I'm looking at is just sparks of potential, sparks of light, sparks of remembering how to heal ourselves, remembering how to create intentional community, remembering how to farm, remembering how to create that which has not yet been created. And so if we look at this from a different perspective and get out of the collective consciousness, which is fear-based. Do you know how much fear went across the planet today? Oh, they're having a good time with us. Yo, 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 yo. Get in your body. I'm just going to say it, fuck fear. Step out of it for a second. The goal is to perpetuate so much fear on the planet that we just go shut down in our little houses. Take a pill, take a drink, and stay inside. We weren't born to do that. We were born to be free. Born to be wild. Some ancestor just came through. So when we stand in that frequency, stand in that knowing, and even if you don't believe a word that was spoken, yes, born to be wild, born to be free. And if I can do it here in the South, because I'm surrounded by Trumpers, you can do it right where you are, right where you are. And don't forget, when you do step out, if you have to make a little whisk, just swing it around. I'm going to create something new, and keep swirling until you believe it. Because that swirl is geometric. It's a geometrical, what is it? The Fibonacci. That same spiral, get in that spiral. Get in the spiral. Just get in the spiral. Just get in the spiral. When you feel that shit come up and people around you are scared to death, get in the spiral. Get in the spiral. Get in the spiral. And watch the energy shift and watch space. You'll make space to create something else. And here we go. Here we go. Right? Damn right. Here we grow. Here we grow. Here we grow. Opportunity for growth. So that is my share tonight, or our share tonight. I'm actually, like I said, in a place of excitement, and I'm not being delusional. I'm very grounded, very centered. Dreamt for the first time last night in a long time. So spend time in nature, connect with your element. You can even set up a little elemental altar, just water, air, earth, fire, just something that represents that. Start connecting, get your feet on the soil. You have this fancy word, earthing, and anyway, I won't even go there, colonizing that. But anyway, get your feet on the earth, get your feet on the soil. You'll start to remember who you are. We're disconnected. And in that disconnect, we get colonized. In that disconnect, we get colonized. In that disconnect, we get colonized. Feet on the soil. Feet on the soil. Okay, that's where we can start. And I'm gonna land my ship here. We got this. We got this. We got this. And when we come together, if we want to keep having this conversation, we can make it happen. Bring something new to the table. Even if you just get a little bit more in your own body every day, a little bit more in it. But colonization and checking out is not an option. It's not an option. We can post. I posted a story of Harriet today. Just read that story. That avatar right there. Okay, that avatar will forever be etched in my consciousness, because when I forget, Harriet. So assignment, they're saying assignment, connect with your element, go forward in your communities, take the message to your own communities, because I am that I am. What I look at, I look with. I have the capacity to create new realities. I have the capacity to create new futures, in spite of this decision that was made. So this is a purely spiritual share. I'm not, you notice I'm not bringing a lot of this should happen, that should, not bringing any of that in. It's an internal process. What does this mean for me? And then just start writing down what would get in the way of you putting the shackle on, what would get in the way of you taking the shackle off, and step outside of that for a step into a sovereign place. Connect with your element, connect with your avatar, and move forward from that place. Move forward from that place. I'm going to close with the Serapis meditation, which was taught to me by Baba Dadisi Sanyika by way of Dr. Alfred Lagan, who opened up the Aquarian Spiritual Center in LA on Crenshaw, which was all about metaphysics and theosophy. I am the blended colors of life, which light the bridge into the new age. I am the seed, the plant, and the flower. I am the anointed of the earth. I am that I am. I am the blended colors of life, which light the bridge into the new age. I am the past, the present, and the future. I am the sum total of my ancestry. I'm already in the future. I am that I am. And so it is. And if you don't get up and say anything, these two words, I am that I am. Eventually, the REEL will turn into the REAL, and you will begin to download that message. And that message is what activates the stuff that they say is the junk DNA. It'll start to activate it, activate it, activate it. And so that is my message tonight. I I'm just honored for all of us to be together in this way. We would not have been able to come together had different decisions been made. We wouldn't have come together in this way. So it's an opportunity. It's a portal. My grandmother used to always say, find the good in the bad. Find the good. There's good in the bad. I didn't know what she was talking about until I got much older. There's magic in what appears to be negative. So I'm going to close with that. And yeah. And if we want to keep these conversations going, just, let's figure out how to do that. New visions, bringing your vision to the table.
That's the perfect
And
segue, Queen,
I
because
saw, can I just say, acknowledge Ben? I know that Ben was on the call, and Ben is a person that we can definitely talk to learn how to do, survival tactics, to learn how to do plant identification, to learn how to build a fire out of, without a lighter, to learn how to live in tandem with the earth. So Ben, if you're there, I'd love to connect and get your information and share it with people so that we can, work together in community and continue to rise. Thank you. Salamat.
big thank you,
B?
Queen. The chat was lit up with insights and solidarity and appreciation for today and the work that went forward. Oh, welcome, Cynthia. Before we close this session, Queen was speaking about other opportunities for us to connect and be in community. And we actually have a specially procured series in this third year running. I'd like to pass it over to Cynthia, our interim program director, to share a bit about other ways we can connect in the upcoming months.
Absolutely. I hope that you all can see me. This evening I decided to come out on the beach with our drums. So a couple of us are at the beach at a bonfire that is right there that you can see. So we are getting ready to move right into going into the holidays. Going into the holidays is our next series of workshops that are coming up. And they're really designed to help people stay grounded and stay well, especially during the holidays that are sometimes really fraught for some people just emotionally. So to come to be at the Earth Lodge, we can really intentionally create what you want your holiday to look like. Starting off, we've got youth hands on the land really early on December 1st, on December 4th, and on December 11th. Aaliyah will be doing an astrology forecast for the year. We've got a Sangha, the Kikipag Sangha, that is going to be happening right around solstice, as well as doing a seasonal ceremony and drum wellness right at the solstice. So that'll be wonderful. I know that Noelle is doing journal writing, meditation, and we've got one of the Sanghas we're going to have a premiere of a really wonderful film that will happen online, and we'll round it all off with writing right before we go into the new year. So really take a look at our the newsletter that comes out that Noelle puts out just about weekly. We will have a whole setup for doing into the holidays coming. You're always welcome to donate, but as usual, our programs are always free. So please come through and join us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Noelle, for putting this together. Right at the last moment. Thank you, queen and team for this, this idea of let's do this, because people really we are feeling some kind of way, but we don't have to let things like this take us down. We can really allow it to springboard us right so we can go deeper in there. So I'm very appreciative. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you all so much. And we also have other events coming up this November, and you can go to our website, earthlodgecenter.org, to see our upcoming events. We have a Hands on the Land coming up next weekend. We have listening sessions to contribute your voice. And we have a $40 stipend for helping out with that Long Beach Needs Assessment. So please do connect with the Earth Lodge, come to Hands on the Land. And as always, please reach out. And I've been dropping in the chat as well that we are accepting donations for this session. So please do consider contributing via Venmo or PayPal. And the links are right there in the chat. And I see Elle Baldown said that drumming is coming up as well. Yes, it is. Next week, I think, next Thursday. So yes, thank you all so much. Drum Wellness, 11/14, 6 to 8 p.m. Yes, the Thursday. So that's going to be awesome. So the Earth Lodge, we are still rolling deep with events and ways to connect in person and online. So thank you all so much. And we'll just take a quick, if you're open to coming on camera, so that we can take a little screen. Those who are still with us. And so if you're open to it, please turn on your camera, and I'll give us a countdown to take a screenshot. And if everyone wants to either throw up some hand hearts or throw up your peace symbol or whatever you want, I'm going to give us a countdown. So I will take the screenshot in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pink. Thank you all so much. And
Thank you, Noel. Hey, Kat. Hey, Nara. Hey, Night Sky. Beverly, Cynthia, Priscilla. Hey, Bell Down. Tanya. Emily, Darcy. Karina. Angela, Molly. Marika, J-Lo, Molly. Greta, Larika. Hey, Larika. Amira. Ben. Thank you, everybody. Cat and Angie. Oh, yes. Hey, Fuego. Puerto Rico in the house. Yeah. Lisa.
Love you, Queen. Love you, Lee.
Love you, thank you. Born to be wild. That's apropos. I love it, Joelle. You played out the cat. That's right. Devin. Thank you, everyone. And love. Good thing.